Hello and welcome to another episode of The Short Stack, brought to you by See Nobody Cares podcast. I'm your host, Ollie Schaus. With me, as always, my illustrious co-host, James Ballgame.
What's going on, Ollie?
He's real pumped up today, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with, our second video episode?
Yeah, I think so. Number 2. First
Number
one
2.
was Tiki episode, which was pretty good, but
That
was a while ago.
I was over a year ago, so it's definitely time for some more video. You get to see our faces. See? Smile, James. You're on camera. There you go. So beautiful. So beautiful. So it's a short stack. We're going to do a quick episode today. It is the summer of superheroes. We have some exciting DC and Marvel movies that came out. Movie for each of them. We got a new Superman, which is really cool. We got a new Fantastic Four. What's funny is we've gotten tons of both of those before, right? We've gotten tons of Superman movies. We got tons of Fantastic Four movies. Somehow they both felt new. Before we get started, James Gunn, who directed Superman, and he also did Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad, he likes to highlight obscure characters, right? So today, James, I want to play a game with you, and you have to guess if the obscure character is Marvel or DC.
I want to play a game.
1, 2, play. Oh, yeah, you got to do it like war games.
Yeah.
1, 2, play a game.
Okay, it's early here, but let's do it.
I pulled out the Marvel and DC encyclopedias, so I dug deep. I got some really obscure stuff for you. Okay. All right. Let's start with, again, you're going to tell me if it's Marvel or DC.
Okay. Jesus, I'm going to be so bad at this.
Amazing Man.
That's what my wife calls me a lot. Amazing Man. Oh, God, that just sounds like a terrible name. Like, they couldn't come up with something better. So this has got to be an older character from the 50s or 60s. Amazing Man. I'm going to go with DC.
DC is correct.
Yeah. 1 for 1, baby. Amazing Man. That's me. Hashtag ball game. Amazing Man.
All right. I think I got 10 of these, so we'll see how well you do out of 10. So you're 1 out of 10 so far.
I'm probably going to be 1 out of 10.
Madam Xanadu.
Oh, Madam Xanadu. Is that with an X or a Z? That's really important.
It is with an X. Yes.
See? Okay.
Do you put the origin of the word?
If you use it in a sentence?
Yes, and I made a game where we used Madam Xanadu to stuff ball game.
I'm going to go Marvel.
It is DC.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. All right. We got one. We lost one. Chameleon Boy.
I'm going to go Marvel.
Is DC again.
God, you're just going like the old Scantron. C. You think of all these C's, you're like, it can't be C.
Right. I'm gonna throw you this one. I think could go either way. Power Princess.
I'm going Marvel.
Marvel it is.
All right. Does that bring me to 2 and 2?
2 and 2. All right. Professor Pig.
That's the first one that rings a bell, actually, but I have no clue. Professor Pig. Boy. Let's go Marvel.
It's DC.
All right, I'm under 500. Here we go.
All right. This one I like. I picked this one because the name just sounded cool. Demolition Man. I love the movie.
Is that the same character? Or are we talking like
not the same character?
Okay. Marvel.
Yes.
Marvel. All right. Ooh, my heart was going. Okay, I'm 3 and 3. I'm 500 now.
Stilt Man.
DC. Stilt Man.
It's Marvel. It's Marvel.
All right, 3 and 4. Jeez. Fire me.
All right. Dark Hawk.
Can you say that again?
Dark.
Say it faster.
Dark Hawk. I know what you're trying to do to me, James.
DC?
His name Black Hawk as well.
We had friends that went to, I'm not going to even tell that story. I'm going to say DC. DC with Dark.
I tell you what, this one was a trick question. Is a trick question. Both DC and Marvel have a Dark Hawk.
Good. So I didn't get it wrong, is what you're saying. I got it
correct. Right. You got it right.
All right. I'm 4 and 4 now. Back to 500.
All right. Mr. Sensitive.
That's also what my wife calls me, Mr. Amazing. Oh, Mr. Sensitive. DC.
It is Marvel. And also we got to pull up I had to pull up the picture of Mr. Sensitive for you because he looks like Ant-Man.
Oh, 100% looks like Ant-Man.
Yeah. I was like, that was surprising. All right. I think maybe this is a house pet name for you guys. Who knows? I don't know what you got going on at the Nardo house. Granny Goodness.
No grannies here. Let's go with Marvel.
It is DC, sir.
All right, so I finished 4 and 6, which puts me in the Hall of Fame because I'm batting 400. Like Ted Williams, baby, let's go. No, that was terrible. That was a fun
All right.
game. I don't really know that I've ever heard of any of those characters, to be honest. But back to your point about James Gunn and loving obscure characters, you hit that nail on the head there. So good job, sir.
Yes. Yeah. So let's start there then, right? So we got a Superman movie. This is what, Superman 7? 8? We got the 4 Reeve movie. The
Brandon Routh.
Return. Yeah, Brandon Routh. 1.
Yep, Man of
because
Steel.
the other 2.
I think Batman v Superman is a Superman movie, unfortunately. I think
Okay, so we'll call it.
It's a Superman movie used to be Batman's entry into the freaking Snyderverse that kind of fell apart. And then he's in Justice League, but that's not really a Superman movie. It's a Justice League movie, but I don't know. Flip a coin on that one.
So I really liked this movie, the new Superman. It was hopeful. It was joyful. We talk about comic book movies or comic book movies. This felt like a comic book movie, right? It's not grounded like we would do in our, like other Man of Steel movie was like or the Bale Batman movies where it's like, hey, someone could really be Batman. There's like kaijus fighting in the street. They just went with it. It's all right. You're in it. This is Metropolis. It's a comic book world. Have some fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's kind of what you would expect from James Gunn in terms of like what you've seen from him in the past with his comic book movies. For me, like Superman growing up was here. He was the guy. That was my comic. That was my movies. That was my favorite superhero. So I'm very protective of this. And when I saw the first teaser trailer with that goddamn dog, I just kind of winced in the theater and just kind of was like, oh, Jesus. Like I
was like, oh man, this dog is going to ruin this movie.
Like I've been through enough. Like I liked Brandon Routh's Superman and his Clark Kent, but the movie, the script was terrible. The casting was also pretty poor in that movie. Man of Steel, although I really wanted to I like the aesthetics. I like the look. It's just too dark for Superman. Like they were trying to lean into something new, and I don't need to see middle-aged, like depressed, angry Supes. I don't need to see that. So this was like a swing on the other way, like you mentioned, the fun comic book style. And I went in really reserved. The thing that got me to really want to see it though was the music. The actual full trailer that came out, how they rearranged John Williams' Superman theme and had the electric guitars in there, and how it rose, got my blood pumping. So I went in believing, and then I was like trying to lean into my trust, what James Gunn did with Guardians of the Galaxy. And I was just like, okay. And I freaking loved it.
Yeah, it was a really good time. Is it perfect? No superhero movie is perfect. It had some things where it's like, all right, I guess I just have to accept this is something that we're doing, like the pocket universe.
Yeah.
Spoilers, there's a pocket universe in the movie. I was like, oh, we just have the ability to make this and we're using it. Okay, cool. Weird. That's I'm on board, I guess. I really, there's complaints about how his suit looks, or even how the actor portrays both Clark Kent and Superman. Cornsweat. I like both. I like both his Clark Kent and his Superman. He was what's the best way to describe him? I don't want to say he played Superman naive, but he is kind of naive. He played a naive, trusting, hopeful version of Clark Kent / Superman, which we haven't gotten in a while, I don't think. And I think that's what the character really is.
Yeah, he's also in some areas he's very decisive, right? Like I'm not gonna try to give away major movie plot points, but like he made the decision early in the movie, which sets the tone and creates hot water for him. And then in that interview that he has like with Lois, that's not mild mannered Clark Kent. Like he's screaming at her at one point, and I'm like, yeah, Clark, like you can tell that. Tell her. You do
He's
you, Sue.
he's
And so
passionate. Yeah.
like, they always in a lot of movies, like, Superman seems to, like, be seeking permission to do things or seeking permission to be accepted or trying to find his path, and this version, he just kinda does things because he feels it's right, and he feels that's his mandate given to him by none other than Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper as Jor-El was they always cast a big name for Jor-El. You go back, whether it's Marlon Brando or Russell Crowe.
Bro.
Now we've got Bradley Cooper was a different direction, and a lot of people wouldn't even recognize Bradley Cooper in that role. But that was fun to me. I thought the casting for this was really great. I thought Corn Sweat, like you said, was fantastic. Rachel Brosnan as Lois Lane was fantastic, and I thought Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor was just he did such a good job. And
Right.
that can be hard because he's so memorable from other roles. You know, he was just in the X-Men. Like he's done so many things recently, going all the way back to Hugh Grant's About a Boy when he was like that terrible, awkward,
Yep.
weird kid. And so to see him in that role, but not think of him as Nicholas Hoult or the Beast and just see Lex Luthor, he did a really nice job too.
Yeah. And one of the things I really enjoyed was not an origin story, right? We've gotten the origin story for Superman over and over again. And I think that's kind of where our new movies have to go, right? I think we're origin storied out. We got the setup from all the Marvel Infinity Saga stuff. So we got origins for Captain America, Iron Man. You don't really get an origin story for Thor. Thor is just born that way. But you get like Ant-Man and Doctor Strange. They're all origin stories. And then every once in a while, you just need to throw us in there and say, this is what's happening. This is it.
Well, to your point, we don't need a Superman origin story. Like if you're living in 2025 and you don't know Superman's origin, he's been around over like what now 100 years, something like that. Like we know he's the last son of Krypton. We know Krypton has exploded. We know he came to Earth in a spaceship. We know he crash landed in Kansas. Ma and Pa Kent, yada yada yada. We got it. We don't need to spend another 30 minutes of our lives like, oh, this is what his farmhouse looks like in this iteration. Oh, how many times have they used the picture of the mailbox? Right? And you're
oh,
like, oh,
yeah.
Ken Farm, like
Yep.
or Smallville High. We don't need there was a whole freaking series dedicated to we don't need it. And it's great. But and back to your point too, this movie doesn't waste our time into they could have stopped for like 10, 12 minutes to explain a pocket universe, how one is created, where they just didn't. They didn't need right. They're like, oh yeah, he's in a pocket universe because Lex Luthor has access to it. Oh, cool. They don't even spend time with Lex Luthor and Superman's history. They're enemies. Lex Luthor hates him. He's an alien, and they go with it. And it works. I think it
It
works.
works. Yep.
And then one of my favorite things in this movie, and I kind of caught it in theaters and I kind of went, "Eek." So there's a guy in this movie. He's one of Lex Luthor's henchmen, and his name is Otis Berg. And you have to go back to the Superman, the movie, back Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman, Ned Beatty. Ned Beatty plays
Oh,
Otis.
that's right. That's
And
right.
Lex Luthor has this map on the floor, and he's like, Lutherville, Lextown, Otis first, Bird, Otis. And it's written in like Sharpie on the map. He's like, Otis, he's like, it's a little place, it's a little tiny place. And, and then he has to go on the floor and erase it. But just that little Easter egg in there, that little morsel, I was like, played James Gunn, well played, sir. Those little things get me so excited about like because that was a tie-in that I loved. And that's a joke that I remember. So I can't wait to actually go back and do a second watch because I'm sure there's knowing James Gunn, there's gotta be more.
There's more you're missing. Yeah. So you just made me think. So Ned Beatty, this just popped in my head. Ned Beatty was also in Captain America,
Hmm.
not the Chris Evans one, the one from the '90s with Salinger as Captain America. Like, and it's like JD Salinger's like grandson, I think, played Captain America in that movie. And Ned Beatty is I think he's a reporter. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I liked it as a kid. It's unwatchable as an adult, but yeah. Hey, thanks for jogging that memory for me
Yeah.
today.
There's also a couple other things in there. So there's at least three, at a minimum, three Guardians of the Galaxy characters in Superman. Do you know those three that I'm thinking of? I gave one away already with Bradley Cooper.
Oh, you mean like actors that are in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, you get Nathan Fillion.
Yep. So that's four, actually.
Oh, okay. Other actors. Shoot, there's four of them, and we got two. Okay.
So what I'll give, so the robots in the Fortress of Solitude.
Are they're voiced by someone I should know?
So Michael Rooker, the guy that plays, what's his name?
Yondu.
Yondu, yeah.
Yondu.
He's one of the
Oh,
robots. And so is
okay.
Clement Teeth or whatever. Mantis is
Oh,
also,
Klein. Yeah. Palm
she,
Klein. I can't say her name.
she,
Yeah.
she's in there as well. So he finds a way to kind of like people that enjoy working with him, it must be nice. Like you just like, hey, Bradley, I got an idea. You wanna come on over? Hey, Michael, I got an idea. You wanna just pop in just for a little bit, just for fun?
There you
And
go. All right.
I'm sure there's more. So
Yeah, I had no idea. No idea. Outside of Superman, who was your favorite character in this one?
Mr. Terrific.
So freaking fun to watch. That his big scene is probably the most fun scene in the movie, I think.
Yeah, I
But
mean he almost stole the movie several times.
oh yeah,
And it was the way he played Mr. Terrific was so good, so smooth. And yeah, you can't have the ending you have without Mr. Terrific. Like it doesn't work. So,
sure.
and sometimes I sit there in comic book movies and I'm just like, I get lost in like, is this believable or not? Then I have to remember it's a comic book movie. Like, you think about like the Avengers, they did a really good job executing comic book movies with like out otherworldly stuff. We could have
Sure.
portals and aliens and gauntlets and crystals and all kinds of stuff. It all works, I think, except for the Dark Elves and Thor 2. That movie was just a miss for me. But this movie, like, I was able to go along with that ride too. I was able to go along with all the fun comic book stuff, like you said, pocket universes, like that scene where he's putting on his boots and the Justice Squad or whatever, or Justice Gang is fighting that
Justice Gang.
that interdimensional nymph thing that's in the air. Like that was fun. And he's just like, you gonna go help them? He's like, nah, they got it. Like just and like you said, the kaiju in the street, like just everyday normal Tuesday things that happen in Metropolis. Like this is what goes
Sure.
down.
I also my Mr. Terrific was my favorite, but my second favorite was Jimmy Olsen. They not only made him an interesting character this time around, he's part of the plot, and he's kind of a tool bag, which is a different take. He's usually kind of the jolly gee gosh guy from, I'm just taking pictures.
Oh
Hey
yeah.
Clark, how come you're never around when Superman's around?
And
No,
he gets mad chicks. Women like him and like him in this movie.
he's like a Lothario. It's crazy. Like I like that take on it. So that was really fun.
The actor's name skips my mind right now, but that guy's going places. He, just coming off of the Righteous Gemstones.
Gemstones, yeah.
He's been in just a ton of stuff. And like he's getting more. He used to have like small roles. Like he was the son in the remake of Vacation with Ed Helm.
Oh yeah.
And there's that meme they show all the time. It's like he's in the back of the car looking at the pretty girls driving by. And it's like, this is me. This is my my future. And then the kid, his brother, puts the bag over his head. But that guy, I like him. He's going places.
Yeah. No, I really liked it. All right, we got to rate this movie. We're gonna do this Siskel and Ebert style.
Let's wait till the end. Let's get to the other movie we were going to talk about.
Oh, you
Then
want to
we'll
do them at the same time? Okay.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's go.
The other movie that came out, Fantastic Four, and
Marvel.
you got your encyclopedia. We are no longer undercover nerds. You just waved.
Wait till I bring out the Star Trek encyclopedia.
So I approached this movie with a lot more excitement than I did Superman. Because Superman, like I said, I was reserved, guarded. This one I came in, I was really pumped to see. I like the aesthetic they chose. And so I went in, I saw it, and I enjoyed it. I'm not raving about it like I am maybe Superman, but I did think they did a good job. I'm gonna let you tell me what you thought before I go too much deeper.
So I was also really excited for. Let me back up. I went into Superman with very low expectations. Like again, that freaking dog. I was like, when I saw it in the previews, like this is gonna be so dumb. It still bothers me that the dog has a cape. It's what? Who puts a cape on a dog? Doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, Fantastic Four, I went into with really high expectations. Like I heard reviews from, I think it was the Atlantic. It was like, this is the best Marvel yet. I was like, well, that's quite a claim. So I like the cast. Pedro's in everything you see today. He's everywhere. It's like Othello starring, or shoot, they might even cast him as Muhammad Ali. Who knows? He can do anything.
He's actually coaching my son's baseball team tomorrow too. So you're right. He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere. So I went in really high hopes and really high expectations.
Are you going to sing the song now? I've got high hopes.
High hopes. High apple pie. No, that's all you get. That's all the singing you get today.
Damn, dude. That was on key. We got to get you doing karaoke. That was beautiful. Oh, I got a tear in my eye.
So let me tell you, start off with things I really liked. To your point, the aesthetics, that retro futuristic look that they have. I like that blue that's all throughout the movie. I really like the blending of the technology, like the part where they're recording stuff on gold record. Like that part was really cool too. I love the Silver Surfer. I liked the design on it. I like that they chose to go female instead of male this time around. I really liked 90% of Galactus and the 10%. Well, you know what? I'm going to go 80% because 20% of Galactus was this giant nose that this actor has. It's so distracting. It's like, does he destroy planets with his schnoz? Like, it's like they cast the human version of Gonzo. Like, and I don't want to body shame the actor or whatever. It's just, that's his face, right? It's not the face I would have chosen for Galactus. That's all.
Poor Ralph Innocence out there. Like he's going to watch this podcast now and be like, wait, nose that big?
Oh,
why did someone tell me my nose was so big?
He's going to schedule some rhinoplasty right away. Like,
poor guy. He's out there. That's how the Grand Canyon was made. He just burrowed his face in the desert. So Ollie's in there. Here comes Galactus on screen. And he's like, holy shit, look at that guy's nose.
It's just,
maybe in the, I guess we don't really do DVD anymore, but maybe in the extended release, maybe he sneezes at one point and it just causes like a tidal wave tsunami.
It's a small thing. It's not small, but it's a small thing to be bothered by because the rest of Galactus looked great, right? Especially when you first see him, it's all dark. You have the tiny little Silver Surfer in the foreground, and then his giant eyes open up and it's got that purple glow to it. And I swear they use the same sound effects for Galactus that they use in the Lego Marvel Superheroes game. One of my favorite games of all time. And it sounds exactly like it. So it's like, oh, we've just agreed this is how Galactus sounds. Okay, cool. And I really liked, why can't I remember the actress who plays Miss Woman?
I'll give you her initials. V.K.
Vanessa Kirby. There you go. Yeah. Okay. I can be taught things. Yeah. So she stole the show, in my opinion.
And how was her nose?
Perfect.
Okay.
I mean, is there another way to describe her nose?
Well, we're gonna have to discuss everybody's nose from here on out. But yeah, okay, good.
Okay. All right. And both her performance and the writing of her character, I thought completely stole the movie for me. She is the most powerful individual in the movie, and that includes Galactus. And I don't mean that just in her superpowers, but like her personality, her conviction, just the way she carries herself. I think as a character, the most powerful in that universe. Now I got to say what I don't like, and then I'll switch back to you. So what I did not like was the pacing of the final third. The final third of that movie was just, it was like we got to end this movie. Let's just do everything. So there was, I think there's a lot left on the cutting room floor. Like there's a lot we're missing. Marvel doesn't do director's cuts, so we'll probably never see what that is. But so pacing towards the end of it, I didn't care for. And this is just a minor thing, but it bothered me. It doesn't bother me knowing at the beginning of the movie that this is a different universe, right? This isn't our Earth. This is a different Earth. Kind of made me care about them less. Maybe that says more about me as a person, but it's like if Galactus ate that Earth, like that doesn't affect me. My Iron Man isn't there. My Captain America, none of them are there. They're not going to get eaten by Galactus.
Basically,
Stakes were lower.
you just cared about Vanessa Kirby. If she was okay, you're going to be okay. Just don't.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair criticism. I agree with that. The end of the movie felt rushed, and it's not the first movie to be like, oh, we have a runtime thing. I don't know if that was self-imposed from the studio, if that was more about budget, or if that was just their choice. Like, let's wrap it up. No, like tie in a little point from Superman and then maybe sound a little hypocritical at the same time. So like this movie also doesn't waste a lot of time with like origin stories. They do enough little flashback that lets you know kind of how the Fantastic Four came to be, right? Like that's
Right.
So I was happy about that. But what I did need, I think I needed a little bit more of Galactus origin. We
Yes.
just kind of find out Galactus eats planets. But so you're like, a lot of people are thinking like he eats the planet. Well, he's got a spaceship that kind of like goes in and treads the planet and then it just gets fed to him. He's this galactic godlike being who has this eternal hunger. Like, where does that come from? So unless you're a big comic book fan and know these things already, there's a lot of people with questions. And maybe that's a good thing they have questions. Maybe that was the point. But a little bit more grounding of Galactus's character, I would have appreciated. I love the visuals of Galactus. I like how each time you saw him, like you got a little bit more, the screen got a little bigger. They changed the dynamic, which was really cool. And going back to Pedro Pascal, I actually didn't love him as Reed Richards.
No?
I didn't. Out of the 3 reboots of Fantastic Four that we've seen, going back to like what was the first one, like in the late 90s or early 2000s, I'm not counting John Krasinski's Reed Richards that we saw for like 5 minutes in one movie. He's my 3rd favorite Reed Richards. All the other Reed Richards kind of have more of like the I know I'm the smartest guy in the room vibe. Like I know that like there's a little
Wait,
arrogance there.
You rate Miles Teller above Pedro?
I do.
Wow.
I do. I know. I don't. I think part of this was this Reed Richards to me just kind of seemed like less superhero-y and more of like out of touch. Like he wasn't connecting to people in his life, right? He seemed very like just kind of like the dad who like overworks, like works 80 hours a week and like his family's falling apart. He doesn't really acknowledge people in his life and he's just always focused on something else. And I get that's probably how this role was written and probably how it was supposed to be portrayed. But I thought, and going back to your other point, I actually thought the star of the whole movie was Vanessa Kirby. I thought Pedro Pascal got top billing, but I thought she was the star and I thought she outperformed him. Also loved what's his name? Ebon Moss Bachrach. The
It's
thing
Ben
was,
Grimm.
was so good. Was so good.
Yeah.
And I was afraid him coming off of The Bear, and I freaking love The Bear. We could do a whole series on The Bear. I fucking love The Bear. I just thought I was gonna go in there, hear his voice, and expect him to go and just start going off, but that didn't even enter my mind. So he did a great job. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm was interesting. God, he and Nathan Fillion and their haircuts, like what's going on? Like, is this a thing? Are they trying to make the bowl cut like a thing?
God, I hope not. I don't need that back in our lives. That's awful.
And then Julia Garner as the Silver Surfer. Like most people may not recognize her. Do you know what she's big from?
She's from Ozark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for her at the very end. And I'm not trying to give away anything, but I was just waiting for her to scream, "If you want to stop me, you'll have to fucking kill me." Because that's like her most, that's Ruth's most iconic scene. And I'm
Yeah,
just like, I was waiting for that. So that was visceral in my mind. Like hearing her voice triggered that because her voice is so iconic. So that triggered that for me. As I thought Ben Grimm's voice was going to trigger things that didn't. So overall, this was a good movie.
agreed. Agreed.
Was it great? Like you said, your expectations for Superman were here. I think mine kind of were too, because I was afraid to let myself have anything higher. And my expectations for this movie were super high. And
Yep.
I don't think it quite reached my expectations, but it was still a really good movie.
I agree. I think it's probably the best Marvel movie since No Way Home, which I just watched, I don't know, a week ago. That movie is so good. It's, I think, even underrated for an overrated movie, if that makes sense. I think it,
Overrated for an underrated for, yeah, it checks.
yeah. Yeah, you go. Yeah. See, you understand me. We've
Mhm.
been doing this long enough. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm there.
Um, no, it's I think it's a Marvel has places to go from here. And I think the future's brighter than it's been since Endgame, right? After Endgame, it's been muddy. Hit and miss, some good stuff here, some bad stuff there. We're only talking Endgame was 6 years ago. So it's not, oh, we've been getting 15 years of crap from Marvel. It's like when
But
Marvel
think
gives us a couple dud, like
but think about what they've done in that 6 years. Like, in that 6 years, how many different series, no, let's not even talk about movies. Like, how many series have we had? We've had Loki season 1, right? We've had Loki season 2. We've had
WandaVision,
WandaVision. We had Miss Marvel. We've had
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. There's been, and I stopped watching all the series because it's just too much. I can't.
Oh, well, don't watch Secret Invasion.
And then there's Agatha After All or whatever.
I haven't seen it yet.
No, but you said Secret Invasion, and then you can go into the movies. There's Quantum Mania, there's Doctor
Yes.
Strange, that one. Like they were just doing so much, and the architecture of the Infinity Saga, going all the way back to Captain America, or if you really want to be honest, what was it? The Incredible Hulk, that was actually like the first, that wasn't really planned to be the first, but like, or Iron
Right.
Man, but the way they roped it back in, part of that was genius, part of that was dumb luck. Like they did not have that thing fully mapped out, when they started this 20 something years ago. That wasn't like, some of it they were able to weave in like on the flow, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
And it was phenomenal, except for, again, Thor Dark World, which is just a piece of garbage.
Let it go, James. Thor the Dark World can't hurt you anymore.
It's just terrible. Um, but it seems like Marvel now, like they've kind of been, you can't be at the top of the chart forever, right?
Right.
You can't be the 90s Dallas Cowboys forever, right? Eventually
Right.
you come back. You can't be the late 90s Yankees forever. Like you just can't be. So
Yep.
they've kind of fallen back. DC now, maybe they're on an upward trend. They have not caught Marvel. They have not surpassed Marvel. They've had a handful of good movies in the past. The first Aquaman I liked, the first Wonder Woman I liked,
Wonder Woman. Yeah.
but this one feels like it could be the start of something good for DC. Marvel seems like they're pivoting, and it feels like they're pivoting back to me. So the end credit scene, most people have seen this. So spoiler alert: one of the end credit scenes is Doctor Doom makes an appearance, right? And it was revealed at Comic-Con 2 years ago that RDJ is back as Doctor Doom, and how they do that, because there's comics where Iron Man and Doctor Doom, they switch roles or they're the same person, yada yada yada. But when you look at the cast list for Avengers Doomsday, I mean,
Everyone's in it.
everyone's in
Everyone.
it. So, they're going to use parallel universes, they're going to use time warps, whatever they do, but like they're bringing everybody, and it's going to be just another like Infinity War orgy, right? Like everybody's going to come back. It's going to be a love fest. Don't get out the black lights because it's going to be bad. And that happened. And I think, is that going to be a good movie? It probably will be if they do it right. Like you
It
know,
it is the Russo brothers, and I have nothing but total faith in the Russo brothers and what they can do.
But the bar is high, right? Like, I think I go back to how many movies have you been in the theater where fans were violently cheering, like exploding with applause? And I'm
No Way
not gonna
Home.
yep, I'm not gonna count a chicken jockey scene from Minecraft. That doesn't count. But
No, the scene where Captain Cap picks up Thor's hammer in
that's
Endgame.
it. That was
That
like
that
the
and when
picking
you
up.
see Andrew Garfield take his Spidey mask off in
Yeah,
No Way Home.
yeah. When that battle scene in Endgame starts with the hammer, right? People were like just going freaking nuts. And they go through that battle, and then like it doesn't even get any better. But like we all knew what was about to happen. We didn't know how it was gonna happen, but we all knew. And then when those portals opened up, and it was like just one, it was like he's like each person got like a little like frame, right? So here comes, Chadwick Boseman from Wakanda. Here comes Spider-Man swings in. Here come the Guardians of the Galaxy. The theater I was in was just going completely insane. It was like
Yep.
everybody was going nuts. Everybody was like, "Oh my God!" I've never experienced that in a movie theater. It's like we were watching like the Super Bowl and someone just scored a touchdown. So
Yep.
that to me was like Marvel's pinnacle. Are we expecting that when they bring everybody back? Like you're trying to get there again. I get it. Like but like that bar is so freaking high, and I think that's where most people's expectations are. So
Right.
it's really hard to duplicate that. And so to your
So
point,
what did we learn, James, from Superman? Is we got to lower our expectations before we go in, and then we
lower
can
the
only be pleasantly surprised, unless it's just total dog shit, and then we're
well,
justified.
and when you bring people back, and I think Spider-Man was a great example, right? Bringing Tobey Maguire back and Andrew Garfield back, there was moments where they each got to like reflect on their Spideyhood and their
Yeah.
Uncle Ben and like that was enough to anchor it and give all the Tobey Maguire fans they had their moment, and even in the end, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, like all the fans, like because people would be like, "Oh, Andrew Garfield is my Spider Man," or "Tobey Maguire is my Spider Man," or Tom Holland's my Spider-Man, and people tend to like then shit on the other ones. But this proves like you could make all three great at the same time.
Exactly.
So I have trust in the Russo brothers, Kevin Feige. I have trust in him, but I don't know. It feels like we're just gonna try to capture nostalgia and bring everybody back. So we'll see.
Let's face it, man. That's how you get our money. Nostalgia. We'll fork over. We're millennials. We'll fork over all the money for nostalgia. So,
Yep.
well, we are stretching the definition of short stack in this episode today. So, thanks for listening to us for 40 minutes.
Well, let's get to it. So tell me which of the two was your favorite. I think we kind of know, but tell me before we jump off, what was your favorite?
My favorite was Superman. If I was allowed to give 2 thumbs up, I would give it 2 thumbs up. It was a breath of fresh air. It was new. It was fun. It was exciting. 2 thumbs up. What about
I
you?
agree. I agree. I thought Superman, like I went in guarded, lower expectations, and not only was I pleasantly surprised, it surpassed all my expectations. It's a really good movie, and I really and I what I how I rate things too is like how much do I want to see it again?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's just came out. Today's August 16th. It came out yesterday. You can buy it for like $30 digitally or rent it for 24. Who rents it for 24 when you can? I don't understand that. But I think I want to go see it in theaters one more time because that experience with the music and the stereo blasting, like that's how I rate. If I'm willing to pay another $20, or by the time I get my popcorn and all that, then
40 bucks.
I know it's really freaking good. The Fantastic Four, I would give it like a thumb and a quarter, a thumb and a half. I enjoyed it. Holy shit. Like a palm tree just came down in my backyard. This whole freaking time we've been doing this, there's been guys in my backyard doing work, apparently.
Are you going to miss that palm tree?
No, but like, yeah, it's just down there now. Wow. Okay, cool.
Wow.
Anyways,
And on that bombshell,
that's a great ending. But yeah, that I like Fantastic Four, but I think Fantastic Four is more it's more of an entry, right? It's like we got Doctor Doom, we got a little introduced to this character, this universe, and I hope we see Galactus again.
yeah,
Spoiler alert, Galactus didn't die in the end. Spoiler.
it's hard to eliminate a cosmic being that predates our own universe. So
But even when people do die in the MCU, as we know,
they're not always dead.
no one's ever really gone.
Wow.
All right. That was a longer short stack. That was a double stack. I'm calling it
Yeah,
double stack.
double stack, a double double for all you In-N-Out lovers.
Or if we're talking pancakes, it was the IHOP all you can eat. We just got another round. So go, if you haven't seen it yet, if you're nervous about Superman, go see it. Go see Fantastic Four too. Oh, Superman, I got to end on this note. This will be my final piece. He's not woke. This is not a woke political movie. This is a fun comic book movie. And for those that are like, you're wrong, ball game, like Superman
Come
saves
at me.
people. Superman saves people. It doesn't matter what movie, and he doesn't save just Americans or just white people. He saves everybody. He always has. Pick up a comic, go watch a movie. Like, not everything has to be political. Enjoy a comic book movie. Let it be a comic book movie.
Yeah. Also, if saving people and being kind is your definition of woke, you should probably do some self-reflection.
Yeah.
Just put that out there. If you think empathy and saving people is woke, you've got some priorities to straighten out for sure. But hey, make sure, if you don't already follow us on Instagram or on TikTok, follow us there. We've got some pretty exciting stuff coming soon. James and I have a pretty cool interview that we are prepping for this week. So look for that to hit first week of September. This interview has an embargo on it. Like, I can't even release information on it until the 1st of September. It's pretty exciting.
All right, guys.
Great, guys.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching us on this. We'll see how this live goes with the videos. It's fun. I get to see Ollie. I get to see Ollie's pretty face. So that's always fun. All right, I'm Ball Game. He's Ollie, and thanks for watching / listening.
Bye, guys.